Well, did you see the back and forth between D.L. Hughley and Terry Crews?
Now I was going to call DL and I was going to call Terry Crews and put them together because I'm a mentor of both of them, right? And I wanted them to understand that Terry Crews, you listening, and DL, if you listening, what I always told y'all, you have to respect another man's opinion. So if that's what DL felt, that you got muscle, you should have smacked that motherfucker, then that's what he should. Terry Crews at the same time should have been, not a year later, trying to hit up DL. Not a year later, men do things at that moment. You don't wait 2-3 years because it loses the momentum, it loses the impact. And Terry Crews said, you know what? I gotta respect his opinion because once this stuff goes on social media and goes viral, it's a negative vibe in the black community of two successful men looking at each other and trying to fight. And then Terry Crews, and I don't know if he actually said that, he was gonna smack DL. One, I would have never let that happen. It never went there. Terry Crews was in that, it'd have been a whole other story. And two, I wouldn't let DL do nothing to Terry Crews. So I hope two men and the people listening, remember, I always say this when I come on here, you are entitled to your opinion, period. And no man should tell another man how he should feel, how he should move. You got to look at him, listen to him. So you know what, I don't agree, but I respect your opinion.
Well, the interview that Terry Crews responded to was a Vlad TV interview that I did with D.L. Hughley.
Okay.
9 months before.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
And in that interview, DL said,
I don't understand. I think that now everybody's so into this notion that it happened to me too. Hey, motherfucker, God gave you muscles so you could say no and mean it.
What do you mean it happened to you too?
Like when he went, I can understand people being in certain situations because there's nothing you could do about it.
Terry Crews responded, and then DL responded, and there was a little bit of back and forth. And Terry Crews said, "Oh, so you're saying that I should smack somebody, who creates a toxic environment? So should I smack you as well?" And what a lot of people had issues with, including myself.
Yes.
I don't usually take sides, but I fuck with DL.
Right.
So DL's my man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm like, fuck everybody else.
Right,
I
I
don't fuck with
understand.
you. I'm a roll with someone who I fuck with.
Right.
And what my thought is you didn't smack the little white gay dude that's grabbing your dick.
Exactly.
But you want to smack the comedian
right.
for talking about it a year later. I don't get it. And he wants to, his thing is that he wants to end toxic masculinity. How are you going to do that when you're talking about smacking people?
That's so true. I totally agree.
Me personally, I felt it was hypocritical on Terry's part.
I agree. And I read it and I didn't want to take sides. I just read, some things is beneath my intelligence. I try not to respond to it. But because they're friends of mine, I was like, yo, this don't make no fucking sense. But let me put a word out to the word about men. There's men who see things a different way, but from me, I'm talking to the strong men out here right now in the world that stand for something. If anybody, especially with your wife, your bitch, your side bitch, grab your motherfucking dick. We gonna keep it 100. You supposed to choke that motherfucker in the corner. You ain't gotta beat him up, but you put him to the corner, you put your hand right under his motherfucking neck with the pinky out, because when the pinky out is not a felony. And you tell a motherfucker, don't you dare disrespect me again in front of my, I'll pop. See, I know I would have hit the motherfucker. Like, I know. Ain't no doubt about it. I'd have swung. Whatever would have happened. But like I told everybody again, Terry Crews moves and thinks differently. And every time he's on air, every time he does something, he proves that he thinks and moves differently.
Well, now with the whole, because you mentioned the whole purse and high boots thing. And I don't have any secret information. I'm not making any judgments. But you knowing Terry Crews.
Yes.
Is there a chance that Terry just might be gay and hasn't come out the closet yet?
Let me tell you something. When I saw that today, right, it fucked with me for a split second because I had the same thought that you just had. I'm being honest. Mm-hmm. Because no matter, when you're from the streets, and now Terry Crews from Flint. He's from Flint, Michigan. I don't know nobody else. Some of the coldest gangsters I know come out of motherfucking Flint, Michigan. So what the fuck he was trying to prove with the purse and the boots, I don't get it because it doesn't prove anything. And to the LBGTQ, to the Terry Crewses of the world, listen, we're not here to bash nobody. Some things are just misconstrued. And don't forget, we are entitled to our opinions also. See, it's getting so bad that men who are men and think a certain way, it's wrong for us to voice our opinions. Like, if you boys say something wrong about somebody, now they want to be outside and boycott you with picket signs, just like with the Gucci sweaters, you know? And no disrespect, because you white, am I right, Vlad?
Yep.
Okay. See, white people want to put blackface on everything except Jesus.
That is the coldest statement I have ever heard. White people want to put blackface on everything except for Jesus. Who was actually black.
Who was actually black.
Yeah.
And when you look at the world, you gotta say how the world's going. No disrespect. I mean, in my show, I talk about how phenomenal white people are from a street perspective. How they came over and killed 50 million Indians, right? How they took astronomers, scientists, doctors, and made them slaves, right? But now they have Ancestry.com that you have to spend $99 to find out how the fuck you got kidnapped over here by giving your DNA, and then next thing you know, the cops at your door because they done took your DNA and put it on a murder case.
Right. Yeah. One of the big DNA companies actually just announced that they actually are sharing information with the FBI for murder cases.
You got to be fucking kidding me.
I'm dead ass. Yeah, hold on. I'll even tell you what company it is, just so you don't accidentally send your shit. Hold on.
It's a cold world.
Yeah. So, Family Tree DNA allows the FBI to access their database.
Man.
Let's get back to Terry Crews for a second.
Yes.
So I've talked about this on a number of occasions, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a couple other guests. I don't know Terry at all.
Okay.
I've been in the same room with him before. Him and I, I've never had a conversation with him at all. So I am strictly speaking from an outsider as an observer.
Yes, sir.
But Terry is a very big, huge guy with huge muscles and everything else like that.
Yes.
And although he is a goofy, joking kind of personality, he still is somebody that's still physically very intimidating.
Absolutely.
Even, I'm 6'2", I would not want to go one-on-one with Terry Crews.
And that's common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my thinking is, for a man to approach Terry Crews and do something sexual to him, I can't imagine that just coming out of the blue with no type of backstory, just because of the risk of violence from doing that.
Absolutely. I agree.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I agree. Yeah, I agree with what you're saying.
For someone to approach Terry, could there have been an indication? Well, no, actually, Terry is like this. Terry's cool with this. My homie fuck with Terry.
Right.
Yeah, you could, whatever.
Right.
I don't know. Like, I just don't know.
And what you're saying makes sense because if you don't retaliate, it allows people like you who would think like men to think, yo, what the fuck, yo?
Yeah.
You're supposed to do something.
And the level, like, and the fuss that he's making over this, because like I remember I had Godfrey on my show recently, and I told him about when I was in Jerusalem one day, some gay guy tried to hit on me.
Right.
He kind of like tried to bite the shirt on my shoulder.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, I just like I'm cool. I just walked away. I didn't make a big deal of it. I didn't even really care.
I
It's
agree.
like, hey, not my thing. I keep it moving. But to make the type of fuss he's making, like, are you secretly trying to hide something? And are you being overly defensive? And the whole point. And really, if Terry Crews is gay or bisexual, just come out the closet and say it, man. It's an environment. You're wearing purses and high boots now and everything else like that.
Let me tell you something. Like I said, you're a man. I'm a man. To all the people who have no problem being men in today's world, because it's a hard thing being a man today. When a man that you think is a man doesn't do what men are supposed to do, this is what you allow people's minds to start thinking, regardless of, I'm going to do this to defend masculinity or whatever he's trying to defend with the boots and the purse. Real motherfuckers is going to think this way. And this is how, and Terry, you upset about it, I'm sorry, but this is what happens when you put men like us and men around the world who watch this show in position. What the fuck are we supposed to think? Because a man was supposed to check a motherfucker. A man, no disrespect, ain't coming to no award show, also representing the black community, wearing boots and a motherfucking purse. I'm sorry. I had a problem when LeBron James came to the fucking press conference with that big ass purse and the shorts on. Like, and I respect LeBron, but I'm gonna tell all these young men out here, yo, pull your motherfucking pants up, act like grown men, get your paper right, do the right thing in life. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if you want to be motherfucking gay, okay, you be gay. But we need men out here to be strong and stack your money and raise these other little kids who are coming up to be men. Because you got to read the book, The Willie Lynch Letter. Have you ever read that book?
I read parts of it.
Yeah.
I read the passage.
Yes.
Some passages from it.
Get that book, ladies and gentlemen. It'll show you what the world and the government has been trying to do to men for years, and it's working. Just read the book, and I'll rest my case right there. And God bless you, Terry Crews. You're different, but people watching you, baby.
Yep.
People watching.
Do your thing. Do your thing, Terry.